Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, as you can tell from the title, we're gonna be talking about something. So before I start talking about this topic, I just wanted to say that this is my opinion and my perception on things. So for some people, don't get mad if you think different or you disagree with what I'm saying. This is just based off what I personally think, and everyone is entitled to their own opinion. So if you don't agree, then you can keep it to yourself, or you can comment down below. So alright, so let's get started on this topic. So basically, I don't even know where to begin. I don't know how to start. But I want to tell you guys a story. I want to tell you something about myself, and maybe it might put a perspective on things if I tell you my side of the story and everything like that. So okay. So when I was younger, I would say when I was around 11. I keep saying when I was 8, but 8 it doesn't even make sense, because when I was in grade 3, and this happened when I was in grade 4, grade 5. So I don't even know why I keep saying when I was 8 years old. But I want to say 11, around 10. So as a child, basically, my first crush was on a white guy, and me personally, I
love me some white meat, okay? I love that. And I also do like black guys too, and black meat, I guess you would say.
But that's just my preference. Just everybody has their preference and what they prefer. But me personally, that's what I would prefer. But it doesn't bother me either one. Whatever I like is what I like, and whatever I fall in love with is what I fall in love with. So I just wanted to say that. So I wanted to just place that on the table right here. I liked this guy, and he was one of my crushes. And one of the things that really crushed me, he told me that I was ugly. I don't remember everything detail for detail of what he told me, but I remember that is one of the things that really stuck to me the most, and it hurt me so much. One is because it's my crush, and my crush is telling me this, so damn, it hurt me so much, and I believed it because this was my crush, and you don't break a 10-year-old or 11-year-old spirit at that age. It's just the worst thing to do in the world.
Wow, it's bringing back so much memories now, gosh.
Yeah, so he told me that, and it's till this day, it still sticks with me, because I still remember what my crush looked like, and I still remember that deep down. And that's one of the reasons why I made the video called being the ugly friend. But that's getting ahead of the story. So basically, obviously that didn't work out because he totally insulted me. So as I got older and I started my first year of high school, I don't know, I really don't remember who messaged who first, but I feel I messaged him first just to say hey, how are you doing? How's life? Because me, I'm a happy, nice person. So for me, it's just I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna see So I hit him up, and I don't even remember I don't even remember if he even said he's doing good or whatever the case was. But I remember him specifically saying to me out of the blue, it was totally random. He said, I remember that you were the only ugly girl that I didn't date. And it shocked me, because I was didn't I just ask you how is your day going, and you're literally telling me I was one of the ugliest girls you never dated. I was just wow, way to really talk to a girl. That's just it really crushed me. And I think I was maybe 13 at the time, and it really made me have low self-esteem. And I know that sounds crazy, but honestly words do hurt, and it depends who says it and who you allow to hurt you in that emotional state. You know what I mean? and it's just, once again, it's my crush, so it's like, of course it hurts me. So for the longest while, like, I was not confident, and I felt like nobody would really like a black girl, because I felt like being this skin color wouldn't really like help me like find relationships and like find love and like somebody, because I've never like been kissed and I've never had a boyfriend. So for me, like, that was my state of thinking, and I will tell you, till this day, I'm semi-confident like in myself. Like, there's gonna be days where I'm confident, there's gonna be days that I'm not confident, but I would be lying if I said that like that I'm not confident sometimes, you know, like some girls are. So there was that. So I felt like I needed to say that because it might like make more sense as I'm getting along with this story and whatnot. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about relationship first. So I wanted to say, like, for me and for some women out there, I think that most of us, when we're looking for like a relationship, we want a serious relationship. We don't just want like, oh, like a hit it and run. Like, no, we want like you to be with us and be committed to this relationship, like a long-lasting relationship. That's personally what I believe, and I know that there is some people out there who believe that when they're in a relationship, it's not like 1 week, 2 weeks, it's a long-term thing. Possibly, like, you never know what could happen, but that's what relationship means to me and to some people out there. Now, it's really hard because I feel like if you're gonna be in a relationship, I feel like it should go like both ways. I feel like communication is like number one, and I feel like the second thing is sex. And some people don't agree with that. They say like some relationship is not based off sex, but the majority of the time it's like communication, and I feel like it's based off sex. So I feel like if you are having good sex with the person, then that's like a relationship to sustain. And if you're having bad sex with the person, then like it kind of just goes away. So I've been told, okay, I've been told these stories, and I kind of see like where and why people say that. That's just what I think. Don't get mad, okay? So there's that. But then what comes into key factor also is like, if you're a virgin, okay, and I am a virgin, okay, just stating that, you know, just letting you go, no. And there are some people who are a virgin too, and like, I feel, and I think some people else would agree too, is that you don't just want to give it up to anybody who you feel like you might have a liking to. Like, you want to feel like you're making the right decision with that right person, and you want it to be like spontaneous, and you want it to be with the person of your choice, and you don't want to regret it down the long run. And I think that's why a lot of the times when like people want to be with somebody or they're looking for love, like they're scared of what possibly might happen, because like we're so scared of getting hurt, we're so scared of like this and that happening. But at the same time, like, I believe two things. I believe that like you cannot how do you like put this in a way that makes sense? You cannot like think that like you being a virgin, like you have, like the person has to like be worthy of it. Okay, hear me out. Okay, like, because I personally feel like there's gonna be nobody ever worthy of it. I feel like because that's something to us, it's something so like valuable to us, and I feel like there's not gonna be like that one person who's like, oh my gosh, like he's like worthy of it, because like no, he's breaking that thing, that wall. So I feel like they're never gonna be worthy of it, and I feel like as a woman you have to like not, I wouldn't say take the risk, but you just have to like live your life and know that if you are ready to break that wall with that person, and you feel like this is the right time, this is the right moment, then that's what you should do. You know, you shouldn't be like, oh my gosh, like what if in the future he leaves me? That's something that you can't predict. And always like thinking that that person has to be like worthy of it, because there's so many different people out there, and like maybe like you might feel like he was worthy of it now, and then later on he might not. You might have like regretted it, or maybe you felt like he wasn't worthy of it like now, and then later on like he's worthy of it, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm saying that like a lot of people are so like, oh my god, like it's so bad, you know. But I understand too. I understand where people are coming from, and they don't just want to give it up. Like, and that's how I feel too. Like I don't want to just be with anybody and just be like, okay, let's break that wall. Like, you know, that's just it's a fear in women. Like that's just something that most people are scared of, and they don't want to get hurt. They just want to make sure that they're making the right decision. But then again, like what is the right decision? Like you have to live your life and be happy. If you're happy and you feel like that's the right moment to break that wall, then that's what you should do, is break that wall with the person who you feel like it's right with. And if you regret it in the future, then you regret it. But at the same time, in that moment, if you felt like it was the right thing to do, then like don't regret something that you already did, because the past is the past, and you live and you learn, and you make mistakes and you learn and try to prevent it. But obviously in that situation, like you can't really like
replace that wall that has been broken, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And one thing that I do want to say too is like also for guys, like there are some guys who are virgins, right? So I feel like it's just as much pressure as it is for us to find the right person to give it up to as it is for the guys. Like they have to make sure too that they're finding that right woman who's not gonna hurt them. Like I know a lot of girls think that they're the ones who's gonna be hurt, but a lot of times us girls can do the hurting to a guy who really likes us, you know. And it's like it's hard to know. Like everyone's just trying to like say you should do this and you should do that, you should like do this, but you shouldn't have to do what somebody else says. You should do what you want to do, and if you're happy, then that's all that matters. Like people forget that's the main factor. If you're happy, then that's the main thing to do, is be happy, and that's just it. And yeah, so I feel like I covered like being a virgin. And also another thing I wanted to say, I felt, no, I didn't cover the whole thing. There's no pressure. So for people who feel like there's pressure in being a virgin for a long time, there's no pressure at all. Like there's no pressure in being a virgin. There are some people who are like 25 who are still a virgin, who is 25. But then the thing is too that there are some people who are still virgins and they're older, and they've like been in relationships. Obviously they didn't break that wall, but they felt like the person wasn't the right person for them to break that wall, you know. But for me, at the same time, it's like you don't want to be a virgin anymore, but at the same time, like you can't keep saying, oh well, he's not worthy. But like you have to understand too, like if you're like, and you're like, oh, like this guy isn't worthy of breaking the wall, and you've like dealt with so many guys. I mean, like how is it possible that it's not like one guy out of all the guys that you've dealt with, that none of them is worthy? Like maybe you just have too much of high standards. Like one thing is, I feel like you cannot train a guy to be a man. You cannot train him, and you cannot change him what he's not. If a guy wants to change to please you, let him do it on his own will, but don't try to change a guy into your liking, because that's not fair. Because it's the same thing for a guy liking a girl. Like a guy likes a girl based on how she is, and even the most meanest, rudest girls, guys fall in love with that, you know. So like for me, I feel like there's someone out there for everybody. And also sometimes like you get to know a person in order for them to be worthy, and you get to know a person for them to like you and for you to like them. So that's what I think based off that. Like I think that in order for someone to also be worthy, you have to get to know them to make them be worthy. So the bottom line is, ladies, if you're worried about being a virgin for a long time, you need to like maybe lower your standards and stop trying to change people in order for them to please you, and just go with the flow, man. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and if it's not gonna happen, it's not gonna happen. Like, there's no need to be rushing anything. One thing you don't want to do is rush to something that was worth nothing. If you are as passionate as I am about like finding a person who you like, then it's so important for you to like just wait and just go with the flow and see what happens. If you meet somebody, you meet somebody. If you feel like you're ready, then you're ready. If you're not, you're not. Like, life goes on. There's so many damn boys out there in the world, and for fellows too, there's so many girls out there in the world. So you're gonna find somebody. It's like you're bound to find somebody. So guys, girls, there's no pressure, and also there is no age limit either. I was just making an example of like some people out there, you know, but there is no age limit of being a virgin, and there's no age limit of not being a virgin. So, you know, so I just wanted to say that, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope that it made sense, because I know sometimes when I talk it doesn't make sense, but I feel like in the end, in the conclusion, it makes sense, and I get my point across. So if you agree with me, then like thumbs up the video, you know, like, you know. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video.